Good evening. So I meant to actually start streaming more often. Unfortunately, my sleep schedule is all messed up, so I kind of just pass out at like 10 o'clock for no apparent reason at times. Um, Today I'm feeling fine, though I did have a sore throat, drank some tea, have my humidifier going, so I feel a hell of a lot better. I might not talk as much like I talk at all while I'm streaming. Um, let's see. Uh, Nothing much has been happening recently. More depression, mostly because unemployment sucks and you're at a fixed income and you can't change that. And if you do try and change that, you get your PP smacked because uh, if you try and make any more, they reduce the amount you get per week, which is not fun, but it is what it is. And I'm working with it. um, let's see. Oh, I wanted to talk a bit about lore ideas. So I've been playing with this idea of was it the lore for Jax for me for my VTuber model. Um, I'm wondering for the ideas of how do I put it? I had this whole fucking conversation to myself. I know I talked to myself, very cringe. Um, I had this whole conversation to myself about this very topic not 5 minutes ago when I was getting out of the shower. Um, what was it? I want to play with the idea of so for anyone who happens to be listening to this at the time, for my lore, who I am, who Jax the Pumpkin King is, or Pumpkin King Jax is he's a Dullahan who's a the Fey Lord of Autumn or Fall. I'm playing with this idea of maybe a little bit of multiverse shenanigans. Um, the idea that the Fae aren't just um, non-human, like they're not just other or pretending to look human. Um, that they're quite literally multi-dimensional. So what does that mean? It just sounds like nonsense. Um, I'm playing with the idea of kind of the I'm playing with like the feel of the Fae being a universal constant. As in, if you talk to one Fae in, let's say, a different multiverse, like I'm working with like multiverse theory. Why multiverse theory? It's because I think it's kind of fun and it opens up opportunities for more expansion, and I can actually do some fun things if I ever want to do a D&D campaign or write a book or make a comic book series. I'd love to do a comic book series. Maybe not surrounding Jax. Uh, I think if I was gonna make a comic book series, I'd want Jax to be a side character. I don't think I'd want them to be. Let me check my audio. Is my. Oh, let me turn this down a bit. Y'all probably can't hear me all that much. Um, I'm playing with the idea of so multiverse theory. Obviously, if you've watched the MCU, you know what the fuck the multiverse is. Basically, what it is. Wait, what the fuck did I mention? If you've seen it, you already know what the fuck it is. Fucking hell. Um, so the whole idea of the multiverse, of multiple iterations of the same universe happening over again in an infinitely expanding way. I like the idea of the Fae being not only so alien and so human, but still humanish. They're in that weird uncanny valley thing. They're not only that, but they're also like if you talk to a fae in one universe, you are talking to the same fae if you transfer to another universe, meaning they're the same constant throughout that entire timeline. Meaning, fae creatures don't just realm hop, but they're also time hoppers. Kind of, they're not stuck to the 3 to 4 or 5 dimensional beings that normal humans are. They are kind of like this. The realm is outside of the multiverse and also part of it. They're kind of like this feeling of um, a stabilizing rod in like concrete kind of idea of if you suspended bubbles in concrete and each one was a universe in this multiverse, the steel rod that is the Fae would be constant. There is no like alternate Fae. There's only one Fae, or so in this perspective, there's only one Fae king named Pumpkin King Jax. And Pumpkin King Jax may have been human once, but has not human anymore. And they were always the king of the Fall Fae. I'm playing with that idea because it seems like an interesting concept, and plus it makes it so if I don't know, sometime in the future if I want to make something for D&D, write a book or anything like that, I can have these different storylines all link up or at least be in a shared universe. I know it's not really original. I'm pretty sure a billion other people do multiverse for their own head canons just to make it so it's a lot freer. That's not really original. I'm not really planning on being original. Yeah, I am taking inspiration from like if it was like Warhammer 40k of like the Chaos gods. So like Slanesh, for instance. Slanesh has always been the Chaos god of pleasure and ecstasy. Not ecstasy, excess. Sorry about that. They're not only the Chaos Lord or Chaos God or Goddess of excess, but they've always been that. Even before they were born, they've always been there. Uh there's never been only three Chaos Gods. There's always been four. No, there's always been three. Sorry, four. I'm having for some reason I can't count today. So I'm playing with the idea of that idea, or I'm playing with the concept of they have always been and they have never been. Get me? Maybe? No? Is it a little bit weird, a little bit too artsy for some people? I can understand that. Um, Pretty much what does that break down to in lore? Really nothing. It just means that Jax in lore, in like lore wise, me lore wise, it just breaks it down to I can have Jax pop up in different storylines and have it not be a problem. So it would always be Jax. It would never be like, oh, I'm meeting you for the first time, and they met Jax, like, or like in another story, Jax has met like an alternate version of them millions of years ago, something like that. It also means that while Jax was human, he is a Doulahan. He is this uh fallen. I'm not really sure what Jax originally was. I'm playing with some ideas of Jax being a um respected knight in a king's castle. I'm playing with some ideas of Jax maybe being like the crown's dog at some point in his life, and eventually that king either falls or betrays him. I'm not sure which one I want to do. I kind of like the betrayal one. It's because that kind of feeds into the Dullahan lore of being this vengeful spirit that comes back to life. Uh, I like that idea, but it's also a little overused in some cases. I probably shouldn't be on the game if I'm chit chatting. I should probably be on chatting instead of. But I'm not gonna change it because I don't feel like it. Um, just me just talking into the void for a bit, just because I want to not vent, but just kind of get it out there for a bit, and who knows, maybe someone will take interest and someone will be like, "Oh, that's a really interesting thing. I would love to draw that," or "I have some ideas for you." That'd be wonderful. Uh, so yeah, the idea of Jax being the king's like confidant or dog or knight or something, um, having them be that, and at some point they either get betrayed or they die protecting the king. Head gets cut off, fall onto the floor. They're dead completely. But then everyone leaves. The fight keeps going. Their body is left there, and eventually they get up. Blue fire starting to burn within the chest cavity of the armor they've always worn, and this blue burning fire just uh how do you put it? This blue fire beats like a heartbeat almost. This idea of sitting there and nothing's like I like the idea of originally his armor didn't glow, or maybe it had signs that it was on fire at one point and those could never be scrubbed off. And now it's the idea, it's the concept, not the concept. What the fuck am I saying? Idea and concept so much. It's the storyline of now it is beating. It is getting him back to life. This cursed armor he's always been wearing that has never seemed more than just old armor to him is now burning to life. Blue fire burning in his chest, and it's just beating, raising him up. And as he sits up, head on the floor, the fire burning from his neck stump, he looks around and is just confused. It's because I don't know if I want to have him seek revenge or if I want to have him be confused and walk off and later try and piece together his life. After a while of traveling, coming back to the exact same spot. I don't know. I have a few different ideas for Jax. For this storyline of Pumpkin King, the Dullahan, and the Knight. Will I ever actually put them all together into a comprehensive list? I don't know. I hope so. It's because I feel kind of annoyed. Oh, howdy. Yeah, no, it's been a while. Um, Buzz, I had internet problems, so I was able to fix them. So now I'm here. How are you doing? Anyways, um, yeah, I was talking about some lore stuff. If you want, you can go back in the VOD. Love listening to your lore. Keep it going. Sure, I suppose. Um, I don't have much like structured lore. All I really have is pieces that I've think would be interesting to try and write and tangle into each other. Um, and I do have some. How do I put it? Uh, Not exactly meshing well ideas, Like the whole idea of this multiverse theory and this idea of the was it Jax being just a regular Doulahan who becomes Pumpkin King. Um, this whole stuff that I'm looking into. And, oh, gotta change my headphones. Hold up, one moment. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure how I want to write this story, and I'm not really sure if I how much detail I want to put into it. I might just keep it to uh the main timeline of Jax just being like the knights errant of a king. I might just keep it structured to that. So I think if I try and branch out too much too early, it just becomes way too fucking complicated to the point where it's just like I don't know what to do. Like it would just be fucking it'd be like planning out for a huge story that you haven't even planned out yet or whatever the fuck you've done. Those pieces are the first steps of completing uh portrait of your character. I mean, I do have a portrait of the character. I do have a what was it? I do have the character sheet for Jax. I'll pull him up real quick, actually. Which one is it? Is it that one? No. I think it's that. There you go. Yeah, I have a ref sheet for him. Yeah, it's him. That's me. Um, that's the concrete design I have so far. Made by Queen Doodle. Take a closer look at him. Yeah. I don't know when I want to get like a PNG of him. One thing I really love about this character design is the eyes. These like swirl eyes. I got the idea of these like swirl. Would you put it on Twitter? No, it's on Blue Sky. I don't use Twitter anymore. To be honest, because ew, Twitter. To be honest. So these swirl eyes are from Leshy from the Inscription series. That's where I got this idea of like these hypno or swirl eyes, people call them. The tattoos, I just like tattoos, and was it? I just like tattoos, so I told the artist to just be like, "Hey, I like the idea of like giving this character tattoos," and I had mentioned it in my what would you call it? Character board. Character board. That's the name of it. I mentioned like tattoos in the character board, and she did add like a some tattoos, which I actually really love, and I will probably get actual tattoos of these eventually. At least the snake. I'm not sure about these two. It's because on myself, this arm is mostly for Damn, I didn't notice. Hit no eyes. Nice detail. Yeah, I really like this detail. The tattoos you see here, or at least on the left arm, for me personally, I have that set up for like family stuff. So I don't know if I'll get these on my left arm. I might eventually, though it might cover up one of my tattoos I already have, which I don't want to do. So who knows? I might get this in a different location, and this one in a different location. The only thing I don't want to say dislike. One thing that I'm kind of like squint my eyes at. I'm like, I should have mentioned this while we were discussing. I should have had her remove these like sleeves. Because I'll be honest, everything looks good. It's just these sleeves stick out. Either I should have had her either cut these off, so it is literally just the pauldrons going from pauldron to arm, or I should have had her like extend these out so they're more armor. Because to be fair, his armor isn't exactly full plate. I found these boots. This boot design from a Pinterest board. I really like the boot design. I really like how like the fire can like push out of these. She did make one inspirational change while she was making this design, as she was drawing it on her stream. Um, she made these more kind of eye shaped, which I'll be honest, I kind of like. I kind of like this more eye shape, or this slit shape on some portions of the armor. It's because it breaks up the detail. It's because if they had all been like bars, like how you see on the queer ass boots are awesome. Yeah. It, I forget what this is called. I think it's queer ass, something like that. Anyways, it's pretty much just neck armor. Um, if they had all been straight lines like everything else is, I think it would look too samey. But with like these more eye shapes, loved the boots a lot when I first saw it. Yeah, these are from a different design. Here's the back portion. Yeah, I really love this design. I love that there's a little bit of wear and tear and kind of scarring here and here, like scratches. It's not perfect armor. It's been through the ringer. I also really love the color of the cape. Really like that. Though, when we were designing him, she had multiple different versions of this crown. One of them was like came up to here. Another one came up to like way up here. And I chose to go with this teeny crown because I think it fits the head a bit more. I think it doesn't take away from like the flame or anything. It makes everything a little bit more balanced. Yeah, all the bars opening would have been too repetitive. Yeah. So she did a really good job with that. And plus I like this little hole here. I'm not sure what I would do with that, but I like this. I like this design. Um so with the crown here, she had a few that were like way bigger. Um and I went with this one, even though she wasn't like against it. If you ever worked with an artist before, they're never really against anything you try and give them. They will kind of be like, oh well, this would be look. I think this would look good. They always go with like what you want because you're the customer. Uh, Personally, I tried to be like, hey, I'm new at this because I had never gotten like an actual, what would you call it? Um, fuck, what was it? I'd never like hired an artist to actually make something that's straight from my head. Like this is all straight from my head mostly, the at least the concept. Um yeah, when we were making this design, I chose this tiny crown even though it was kind of comical. Like it seems like she put it on as kind of like, "Oh yeah, and you can have this teeny crown if you really want to." I think I like this a bit more because this looks better. It looks more balanced. Especially if I'm going to be at the corner of the screen. It's just going to look good. Commission, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, that's Queen Doodle. She's also a VTuber. Definitely go subscribe to her. I think I have her in the description, but I'm not sure. If not, then I will fix that after stream. But yeah, that's the ref sheet that I got for him. Uh, as for story stuff, I'm still kind of playing around with a few ideas. I don't want it to be too bombastic. I don't want it to be this giant encompassing lore. I kind of want to start off with just something simple, like who Jax was before he became a Doulahan, who he was while he was a Doulahan, and who he is now as he is the Pumpkin King. Like those different stages. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I think I might start from the top to the bottom. So I might start writing for like his awakening into the Pumpkin King's domain, slowly building those up. Those are spikes in the back of the neck. Yeah. So if you look here around the neck armor, it's goes entirely around his head. There's a few different ideas I had for this idea, or there's a few different things I wanted to do with this. I like this idea of this like big, thick, heavy neck armor around his face. The only problem is that the original design had like this big spike that came up to like I think around here ish, and it looked really cool. Like I would love to wear armor like that. The only problem is that as a VTuber, you kind of want to have your mouth be able to be seen and be able to move around. So I was like, could you like cut it in half like this? She's like, oh yeah, sure. I was super embarrassed every time I had to ask her to like edit something because every time I felt like I was being a dickhead, which no, apparently I was one of the best commissioners she's ever had, which is lovely. And she also loved this design. Um let's see. What else? What else? But yeah, originally it was supposed to like come up to all the way around here. I forget the character that I forget the character's name that has a similar thing. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Yeah. Uh so me like gesturing with my cursor is really not helping. Um yeah, these spikes are interesting. Okay. I should probably actually start playing a game. And then I can talk about lore as we play the game. So, today we're going to be playing Dark Souls 1 Remastered. Um, I drink something. It's alright to ask the artist for modifications. Yeah, I know, but it was my first time actually getting commission done, so I was very like, oh god, what do I do? Oh god, oh god. Yeah, that was my big worry while I was getting that done. Though she was super nice. She dealt with my bullshit throughout the entire process. Um, which I really do appreciate. Yeah, I had already played this. You can go back in the VODs or go on my YouTube channel and actually watch me play this for the first time. Uh, the build I'm running with for this, for Dark Souls, and I'm thinking we're going to do it for most of the Dark Souls games. I do have all of them, and I will be playing them online. I think the build I'm going to be doing for all of them is one, Claymore. Why Claymore? It's because I like the Claymore. So I'm gonna run Claymore and I'm gonna do a strength build. Why strength? Because big bonk, big boom, big numbers, fun damage, funny haha. Um, when did you play Dark Souls? When did you first play? Oh, you mean in my lifetime or on stream? On stream, it was. I played Dark Souls 2. First because I only had Dark Souls. I didn't have Dark Souls Remastered. I had Dark Souls, the Scholar of Sin. Sure to check out them VODs. Yeah, I do have all the VODs. I do have all the streams on my YouTube channel. That's just my VOD channel. I might try and do some editing in the future. I really don't like how that. Suppose it doesn't help too much. So yeah, that'll be my VOD channel for this foreseeable future. Oh Lord. So I'm playing with a few different ideas for lore. I want to keep it simple for the start. So I really don't want it to be too complicated. Especially at the beginning. I think if I do it too complicated, it'll get too stupid, too bloated, too much, too fast. Where the fuck do we need to go? Over here? No. I don't know. So one thing I'm dealing with Dark Souls, I'm installing mods, so this is modded. If it looks a bit different, it's because I have a shader mod to make things look prettier. And I also have a mod, or at least I had a mod, that's supposed to make it so souls don't drop. I think that might have been patched. Oh no, you have to wait, you have to rest at a you have to rest at the shrine to get the status effect to do that. So now I have it. Alright, back to it. Lore. What did I think about lore? So lore-wise, for Jax, I'm running with a few different concepts. Like I said, I wanted to keep it more streamlined, so you want to go kind of humble beginning to your lore. Yeah, I just don't want it to be so expansive that it becomes a problem later on. Like if I write up this entire lore to begin with, I feel like if I try and do anything in the future, it's just going to be too bloated, too much, everything's set in stone, and I pretty much have to start retconning stuff. And it's not really humble beginnings for the lore itself. I kind of want it just to be... I kind of like to have the framework put together, and then slowly add stuff as I go. Where the fuck am I going? Because rather than not like handicap myself with like, oh, and this and that, and write up this whole paragraph of just stuff when it's just gonna end up like not useful, or either not useful or just too much. Especially for VTuber lore. I know that there's plenty of VTubers who really don't give a fuck about the lore, and they're just like, oh, I'm here to have fun. I know there are also some who like take their lore super seriously. Like they love their models being a certain way. They want it to be They want to make sense in lore. For me, I have a few things I might want to do. Ah, fuck. Get that motherfucker. Like less possibilities at the beginning, and then later you can branch out as you need. It's less as I can. It's less as I need, and more not just boxing myself in. It's possible. Man, it's less to like branch out as I needed. It's just I don't want the story to become too much to make or too much to do all at once. I think I want to have it to be more broken up into story arcs instead of this just fat lore dump. Like I don't want it to be like 40k. Sorry, need to take a drink. I don't want it to be like 40k, where it's 40k is lore. Yeah, some enemies sneak up on the player. That happens. I wouldn't really call it sneaked up. I was literally standing there for 5 minutes chit-chatting. But if you ever looked into 40k lore, it is so goddamn bloated that getting into it is a chore. I don't really want to be this. I don't want this to be a chore for someone to be like, oh, this lore is so big, it's just so annoying to get through. I want it to be kind of like surface level. So I think I want to do the surface level stuff first, which is what would it be? I think I want to do the surface level being the story of Jax being the Pumpkin King, building up into that, kind of the idea of what that means and how that works out in his new life. So I want it to be kind of the surface level of him. Oh, never mind. So very basic, you could just be like, oh, this is interesting. So he's Dulahan, he's the Fey Lord of the Fall Fae. He's a Dulahan. I like it to be that's just the beginning. And it's like, hey, this is what we have so far. This is just, if you're interested, you can look into more and you can actually get more into the details. But it's not required. I just don't want it to be too bloated. I'm a 40k fan, and I do like how dense the lore is. Well, I don't really like how dense the lore is in 40k. I think lore density to that extent is harmful to the entire setting to begin with. Are you getting attacked? I think that type of lore density in like 40k where everything has a proper noun, or not proper noun. Everyone has like something going on with them. Like everyone's named. There's no like simple beginnings. It is literally just stuff, like proper noun stuff. I love when you kick the bodies around. It's just the physics engine in this game. And this is where shit gets interesting. There we go. Now where did that other one come from? Hmm. Basement key. Interesting. Say, you ever watch esports of any game? I watch Counter-Strike 2 whenever there's a tournament. I'll be honest, I've never really been interested in esports. Mostly it's because it feels like esports is a little pretentious to me. That might just be me projecting or something. But I just never felt... How do I put it? Never been my thing. So yeah, no, I never really watched any of it. That does look pretty cool. Like, if you're interested in it, then go for it. But for me personally, never really cared for it to begin with. Firekeeper soul. That don't look good. Where's a bonfire I can go to real quick? Ah, shit. Wow, my last flask. It's fair. I didn't like esports until COVID. It was fair. Where everyone was stuck at home, bored. Had it not been before COVID, I would never watch esports of any kind. That's fair. If you got to it because of if you got into esports because of comes back to the Firelink Shrine. That's nice. If you got into esports because of COVID, that makes sense. That's fair. I've just never really been interested in it. It is definitely interesting, though. My voice is all fucked up. Let's see. I think I need my stamina up. Let's get that to 20. So we'll get vitality to 20. We'll get endurance to 20, and then strength will boost up more. Yeah, it really is.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Oh, I got 10. Oh, it's kind of leveling up. Yeah, the sound of this game is actually pretty nice. The only problem is it is quiet. There is no background. Well, there is some background music. Gesture. That's a little strange.
Oh, hello.
What items you got? Nah, nothing I really care about. Not really going for spells.
Come again.
Wasn't there a guy that stood over here? What happened to him? Oh, he's right over there. How difficult would it be to play this game completely muted? Oh god. you mean to mute my music and just not talk this entire time? For me personally, it would be difficult because I don't think that'd be very engaging for me personally. Um, but there's plenty of silent playthroughs if you want to just listen to that. That's completely up to you. This game is fairly old, so the whole silent playthroughs are still out there on YouTube somewhere. Just look up like Dark Souls silent playthrough. Ah, shit, what is he doing? Let's wait a second. This is why I like Mars. Large swords are good for fighting groups and bosses. Son of a bitch. How in the fuck? Oh, maybe. No. I think I need to get higher somehow. Yeah, I need to... Oh. I'll probably come back around somehow. Did you know there's a guy on YouTube who gives fun info about ancient weaponry and different use in different situations? Yeah. I've been... Well... I've been fairly interested into the sword or the HEMA community for a while. I haven't done any HEMA practice, but I've always been interested in uh, classical weaponry of one kind or another. So yeah, I know about that guy. I definitely looked into plenty of the different guys who talk about all the different type of weaponry back in the day. Mostly out of my own interest. So I know quite a bit of the history of this. Now, for instance, claymores are kind of made for what would you call it? It's not anti-cavalry, but they're anti not exactly anti-cavalry. What would you call it? Not anti-cavalry. I mean, they weren't really made for that, but they are very good at dealing with horse units, because you just set up a swing, wait for the horse to get close, and chop off with the head. Then, as I think most people know, horses without heads do not run very far. And plus, it's kind of the people who could use this weapon were high skill. Like these long kind of weapons were very like high skilled combatants in general. So they're oftentimes paid more in militias. Because with one longsword, you could actually combat like 3 people. This seems like a good thing to do. Oh no, I know this boss. Alright. Found the guy. Blum in neck. Yeah. I don't know that guy specifically, but there's plenty of guys who do it. There's Shadiversity, there's what is it? Skull something, I forget his name. Yeah, there's plenty of guys who do it. They all cover different aspects of weaponry. Shad does more European weaponry. Another guy does a lot of like Norse Viking weaponry. Another guy does the Japanese and armor stuff. There's plenty of them. At what point are we able to kill this guy? It's because I'm pretty sure it's a 2. Now. scrolling in this game is just, in this version of the game, is just so fucking slow. I could take up some armor. That's much better. That is way better. Well, going just pants. Wonder who made that rooftop. No clue. But it's not fun to fight on. I will say that much. It is not fun to fight on. Yeah, this is so much better. I do lose out on damage reduction, I think. Yeah, that's way too slow. So much better. Do I have any other, like, light armor I can slap on? No. Do y'all have something I can buy?
Oh, medical.
No.
Come again.
What about the other guy? Because you can't be taking a lot of damage. Well, the thing is with this game, it's not really about not taking damage. You are gonna get hit. That's just what's gonna happen with this game.
What?
There's no real...
Restoring your human. Well, they'll collect and the coveted.
Do you sell?
What? Don't you ever think to forge your... You'd better find a smith box soon, unless you enjoy swinging about with...
Thanks. Really helpful. It's not really about taking lots of damage. You are just going to take a lot of damage, and the damage reduction really doesn't do too much. The most important thing in this game is poise, I believe. Poise means every time you get hit, you kind of get staggered. You kind of don't want that. For instance, if I slap on all the armor I have, physical defense 131. The only problem is that now, that's how I roll. It takes me 15 million years to get up, and I think that's most important to deal with. I suppose I could slap on one of these lighter chest plates. How's that work? Yeah, still too slow. Yeah, this is the older game, so it's kind of weird how they did stuff. This isn't as smooth as it is from Elden Ring. Elden Ring is very well put together, very well balanced. This one, it is not that way. Yeah, see, so the most important thing with this game is mostly not taking damage at all as of trying to defend. Uh, it's because even the bosses still can one-shot you, so it doesn't matter how much armor you have. It only matters if you can avoid getting hit by damage. Also have annoying wild character customization. And not all that wild. Um, this game has the same kind of customization. Uh, Plenty of other RPGs have similar customization. In fact, I'd say Elden Ring isn't limited, but it is kind of not basic, but just kind of bog standard, I suppose. It's kind of the standard, like, oh, you want to build a character creator? Okay. You can choose backstory, you can choose class, you can choose a trinket, customize your face. That's about it. If you really want some wild customizations, you gotta look at like JRPGs or a lot of those types of games. A lot of the Japan games, they do a lot of this stuff. Let me test something real quick, actually. Yeah. I think I remember this being a problem in one of the videos that I saw a while back. The thing is, the main guy that you see over there buffs the hell out of everyone. So they're hitting for a hell of a lot more damage. Oh, 16 strength. So I could switch it out for something else. Yeah, it's kind of worried I need to do this. So you'd see the annoying my cat until it gives up chair speed run. No, I never even heard that. Hella cute video. No. No, I haven't seen that one. Yeah, I was kind of worried I'd need to do this. So, what was it? Dark Souls games. They have a kind of a bad tendency to make you use certain weapons. For instance, sword and board have always been the time-honored, like, standard weapon. For Dark Souls games. Mostly it's because it is effective. Nah, I'm just gonna stick to the claymore. I wonder if that's the reason why. I think I have. Let me check something real quick. Fire gears. Do you have a benefit to keeping them around? That got one. Okay. So... be away from that. Okay, no worries. I beat this real fucking quick before. That's just what Dark Souls is. Fuck up. For a moment, please. Ow, fucking bitch. That's permanent. I think it might be. No. Why, why is your detecting range so fucking far? Like, this is the second fucking time one of those motherfuckers come out of goddamn nowhere. Because they saw me from like 50 fucking feet away. You dead now? Yeah, I think he's permanently dead. Fucker. I hate these fucking rapier motherfuckers. These fuckers. Well, it's because they're the exact, like, counter to my type of build. Big sword, small sword, faster range, or faster striking. It's just fucking annoying to deal with. Try and do something interesting. Get fucked. Yeah, mainly it's because they're just a counter to my build. Hate these motherfucking things. There's another one. Alright. I should keep this one equipped. That, how much does that affect? Actually, fuck you. Right. I hate this fucking crowd of fucking zombie ass motherfuckers. Bug the fuck out of me. They're not even like individually that fucking strong. They're just a bunch of them packed into a fucking small room. There we go. These fucking animals are just so fucking annoying. How long have I gone for? An hour. Time is it's 2 a.m. Probably go for a little bit longer. Probably pass out. Depends how annoyed these motherfuckers get me. I might need to reevaluate what I want to do with this now. I get the feeling if I want to get through these games with any type of sanity left, I might need to do sword and board throughout most of them, if not all of them. Which I suppose is fine, it's just meh. I kind of wanted to use the claymore just because I like it.
Still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse. Please, I have duties to fulfill, and I will reward you handsomely. Well, I am certain you stand to benefit.
Sure.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this, and I guarantee a reward. Only later. Yes, very sorry. I've just been freed. Allow... I am free now.
I find that wasn't a good thing I did.
I am free now. I can get...
What the fuck is this down here? And humanity. Alright. Hmm. Why can you cover the entire fucking hallway with your fat, bony fucking ass? I'm going to plunge every bit of you into fucking oil. Okay, I'm just gonna call it here. I'm getting too pissed off at this thing. Alright. Y'all have a wonderful night. Be safe. Make good choices. If you get thrown in jail, establish dominance. And, don't add to the population, don't subtract to the population, all that fun shit. Be safe. Have a wonderful time.